All right, here we go. Carver and Lisi back here with you. College football picks for week number 6. As we have hit October, fall weather is in the air. It's crisp. Is there any separation yet? I don't think so. I can't wait to hear Joe's thoughts on some of these teams. It seems very wide open as we get to October in terms of actual national championship contenders. A lot to do, as always, and we'll do the picks. And by the way, Joe is red hot in both the college and the pro picks. What a fall so far for Go for the Two. Mike Carver here with you, along with, as we said, the encyclopedia of college football, the one, the only. Go for the Two, Joe Lisi. Hi, Joe.
What's up, Carver? I missed you. You finally made it.
I missed you too, Joe.
You finally made it. What happened?
What's going on, huh?
Yeah, this is it. I held it down. I had a cold last week. I was coughing.
I know.
I got the records wrong. Unbelievable. Week 6 in college football.
I had a long week in Disney.
I know. You're back. You got to go to the podium. I think you had a winning week finally.
Well, college I was 3-4. NFL I finally had a winning week. I was 3-1 in the NFL.
All right.
So that was
I told everybody, I said, listen, I'm not going to say anything.
Right.
I said, but you've done it before. You're a closer. So, closer.
I'm a closer.
But you got a lot of, you know what it is? You got a lot on your plate.
You got golf.
You're all gassed up about the Ryder Cup last week. You're a baseball guy. The Yankees.
I missed all the Ryder Cup stuff.
Yeah, but I'm saying you're just preoccupied. You just need to just push out the minutia. Push it out. Just concentrate on what matters. Football, college football. I took out to the whip. I'm like Secretariat right now. Secretariat.
Man.
Come on, Red. Come on, Red.
I guess that means you want to see it. There it is.
Those aren't NFL picks.
Well,
Those
by
are
the way,
college picks.
that's as we said, it was an off week for me. I guess it was an off week for the graphics department too. That should say college football picks. 30-15 for Joe as we head into week 6. I think I don't even have the week right. We got all kinds of problems with the graphics department here.
Fire the graphics guy.
What is happening with the graphics department?
Fire the graphics guy.
The only good things that are on that is you are 30-15 in college, and I'm 19-26, which is horrible. But I will say, Joe, I felt the turn of the corner a little bit last weekend when I came home. I locked in a little bit, had a really good Sunday in the NFL. And I had a lot of time early this week to finally kind of get things back, focus in on a lot. And I feel like we're going to start to make some moves in the right direction. The good thing is, Joe, and I said this to you because me and you text really throughout, Saturday and Sunday when things are going on with the games. My picks have been miserable on the shows on Wednesdays and Thursdays when we've been doing them, but I've been able to maneuver a little bit live on Saturdays and Sundays.
Well, that's good.
Which has helped me. I've been seeing it good live.
Serpentine Carver,
Yeah.
Serpentine.
2-0 Reds. 2-0 Reds in LA.
They got blasted last night, 10-2, right? Was that the final?
I need him to get blasted tonight.
All right, so we'll root it in. Was
tonight.
it the Deli Cruz? Was it Deli Cruz?
Nah, he didn't make it out. Teoscar dropped a ball out in right field. That's really what let the inning.
Did you see Machado came in today? I was in the gym and I saw Manny.
I had Machado. I had him this afternoon. Ring the bell.
There you go. Ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
It's been, we're almost at the halfway mark. Now, I will say this. I don't like the games this week.
You don't like the games this
meaning week. Last week I was all gassed up. Alabama, Georgia, LSU, Ole Miss. And I tell you, Brian Kelly's getting under my skin. He's starting to irk me.
Is he?
Yeah, he's starting to irk me. I'm not at a full blown.
You thought they would beat Ole Miss, which is
I did. Now you have a 7-0 lead. You let this kid Trinidad Chambliss look like the second coming of, I don't know, Jalen Milroe. I mean, all over the place.
Right.
We can't stop a mobile quarterback. Our offense sucks, and Kelly looks like he's got gas. I mean, I don't know what else to say. At the end of the day, they better pick it up. Otherwise, I'm going down to Baton Rouge. I'll give the halftime speech. They got nothing to lose. I'll light a fire under the rest.
You should. I mean, you should be the next head coach. In fact, I sent you that. You never responded. I know you're very busy. You got a lot of things going on all the time. I thought that you would have said something. I said that Weaver should replace McDaniel in Miami when he was talking about.
I want McDaniel fired. So
I know you do.
So he cost me a little money on.
But did you
Thursday.
see him? You got to play physical football, and he started to get.
That would have been nice week 1, Anthony. If you're predicating that on week 4, you got problems.
Before we get into the games, Joe. And this is going to be a little bit of last week because we didn't get to talk at all last week. It's been a few weeks since we've really done it, and we're going to rip through everything. As you look going into October now, you've obviously got Ohio State still undefeated, 4-0. You've got Oregon coming off a great win. Good job by me, Joe. I had Oregon. I know I didn't get to hear.
I waffled with that. It wasn't a game I bet.
That's a game Franklin always loses. He always loses that game. So that was why I couldn't believe Oregon was catching what they were catching. How about Miami getting 4 first number 1 votes this week in the AP Top 25? They're 4-0. Ole Miss is 5-0, ranked 4th. Oklahoma ranked 5th. Texas A&M. Joe, is it Ohio State and Oregon? I can't put these other teams on their level, right? I mean, are these teams all pretenders? Are these teams serious national, like Miami, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Texas A&M? Indiana, they're playing Oregon next week. They're not winning in Outson next week.
10.5-point dogs. You want to give Fernando Mendoza the Heisman?
They're pumping this Mendoza up in a major way. They're 91%
completion percentage against Brett Bielema. Let me just say this. The best defense in the country up until this point, from what I've seen, happens to be Ohio State. Okay. That victory in Seattle, I watched that game twice. Watched it play out on Saturday. I rewatched it at the start of the week on the abbreviated condensed on the Big Ten Network, 60 minutes. I watched every play.
They'll never show you every play on those condensed replays.
Here we go.
They never show you every play.
All right. Yes, they do. They show you every play.
Every play. They cut some plays out.
All right, let me just go. Let me just finish here, okay?
Go ahead.
Their red zone defense is as good as they held Washington to basically like 20% third downs. That offense was converting 75%. That was the number 1 third down offense in the country, and they completely handcuffed them. Jeremiah Smith is the best maybe player in all of college football. Sayin played well, but I don't think he really didn't have to do much. They played a lot of zone, a lot of deep, they cover 2. They didn't want them to be exposed over the top. So Ohio State took what they gave him. So he wasn't really exposed, Sayin, but they're not going to be exposed. If you look at their schedule, they play Penn State in their house. They're not losing that game.
No.
They play Michigan at the end of the regular season. All right, we'll see. But that defense can contain Bryce Underwood as far as I'm concerned. Even if they lose the Michigan game, they're a shoo-in to get into the college football playoff. Sure. They're not losing to Illinois. They're not losing to Minnesota. Now, they might not be able to cover, but they are the number 1 team.
And they miss Oregon this year. They're not. If they played Oregon, it would be in the Big Ten title game.
Right.
That would be when they and that game would be, you hate to say meaningless, Joe, because it's not going to mean anything in terms of both of them making the college football playoff, but there could be a bye on the line in that game.
Yeah, I mean,
a bye on the
line.
Well,
we don't know. I mean, again, Oregon,
but
last
they're
year.
Didn't they change it, Joe? Isn't it the top 4 no matter what now? It's not going to be So there could be a world we live in where they're 1-2 and the loser's still going to get a bye and be 4,
Right.
and the winner's going to be 1, and they're going to play again in the semi, not in the final. So
Right.
that's if they won out, which I don't know. I don't have Oregon's schedule in front of me. You're pretty adverse with Ohio State's. I do have Oregon in front of me. Look at that. I mean, after this
They have
Indiana game,
Washington on the road.
they're not losing to any of these
That's
teams.
a rivalry game. You
Joe,
never.
their hardest game is next week again. They play Rutgers, Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, USC, and Washington. They're not losing a game.
Okay.
Right? I mean,
Well, I mean, you don't want to say. I mean, the game that scares me would be the Washington game because it's on the road. You know, I mean, is USC. How gutless is Lincoln Riley? You
hey,
want to tell? He is gutless. He is gutless. That guy should 11 million a year. Crickets from Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart this weekend. Crickets. I called them out. Nothing. Crickets.
Did you hear from them? They didn't respond, right? And that was another one I had. I had Illinois in that game. I think I remember I gave you last week. Illinois was one of my games I actually got right. What'd you think of Alabama beating Georgia?
Listen, Ty Simpson stepped up. Kalen DeBoer's gotten Kirby 2 years in a row in the first half. It was the first loss for Georgia where they rushed for over 200 and didn't win the game outright.
Yeah.
You know, it was 51-1 dating back to 2016. So you talk about dominance. I thought Georgia had the right offensive game plan, run the football. But again, I told Coach Bowden this. You cannot, if you're Kirby Smart, you cannot allow Alabama to start fast. Like, they're the road team. You have the 33 game home winning streak. Why are you allowing them to just go up and down the field and build a lead early on? What I don't understand that mindset. You're the champ. You're the team that's undefeated at home. You're Rocky. Come on, champ. You'll get your chance. You'll get your chance, champ. Come on, champ. I mean, what are they doing? These coaches look like a deer in the headlights. These guys are pathetic.
It makes you scratch your head, Joe. It really does. It makes you scratch your head.
I got to sit there and watch Kirby Smart look like dumbfounded, and Kirby when he gets animated with that stupid look on his face.
Texas, Ohio State's 5-1, Oregon's 5.5-1, Alabama's 7.5-1. Texas is 7.5-1 also. We have really seen nothing from Texas. They obviously lost the opener to Ohio State, and they have played nobody since. Are they finally playing a conference game? Yeah, they're playing Florida this week, right?
Yeah, why is that spread 6.5? Rain in the forecast.
We're gonna get
They're
there.
coming off a bye. That's a fishy line. I almost want to pull the
super fishy line.
I want to pull the trigger, but I can't. I can't do it because if DJ Lagway accounts for 60 yards of passing, I might drive down to Gainesville myself and try to find Napier.
Some deeper shots here. I just want to ask you if it's worth an investment. Ole Miss 20-1.
Look, I was on this train last year, and I had the Ole Miss ticket, and they walked into Gainesville and they walked out with a loss.
Yeah.
And if I see Lane again whine and cry about a game that he should have won, when it matters the most, he has nobody to blame but himself. And I'll give him all the credit in the world. That defense is starting to come into form. They play Miss State, never easy. Miss State is much improved. They have a couple of games on their schedule where you got to worry. How many losses do you think Lane gets in at? 2?
I think the way that this season is shaking out, I think you're going to have a lot of teams with 2 losses that are going to get in.
All right, so let's just look at their
schedule. I was going to give you another one that already has 2 losses.
Oh, no. You're going to tell me Notre Dame. Come on.
Listen to me for a second. Wait. The way this season is going, Joe.
Yeah.
If they won all their games, they lost early enough to where if they go 10-2, they're going to be in the discussion. You know that they are.
Yeah, but where's their quality win?
You could say that year to year for a lot of teams. What was Indiana's quality win last year?
I mean, Indiana smacked around. I'm trying to think last year. There was one game. Nebraska, they beat up bad.
Okay, so Notre Dame's gonna have a couple wins equal to that. I mean, come on, they're gonna go 10-2, and they're gonna get they're 25-1 right now. If they could somewhat fix their defense by then,
Right.
it's a number that.
But hear me out. For Ole Miss, Georgia in Athens, Oklahoma in Norman, South Carolina playing better, Florida at home, and the Egg Bowl. That's not easy. They could drop 2 of those games
I think they could drop 2 of those games and still get in.
because of the
Depends
LSU
on
win.
which 2. Georgia has to be one of the 2.
What?
Well, no, you know what? If they beat Georgia and they beat Georgia and LSU this year, they go 10-2. They're going to be in great shape.
They're in. They get one of those wins over an undefeated Oklahoma if they still are, and Georgia with
We
one
got
loss.
a long way to go. I'm just saying some of these numbers 20 plus. Do they have any legit?
Yeah, Ole Miss has the inside edge over LSU right now. It all depends. LSU plays A&M. If you want, LSU's numbers what, 35-1?
LSU's 33. Yeah, 33.
All right, so LSU has A&M, South Carolina, Vandy, Bama, Arkansas, Oklahoma. That's not easy either. They got one loss to afford.
Yeah, it's true. I'm just saying. I mean, we're talking about all these teams. At the end of the day, it certainly sounds like it's going to be Ohio State, Oregon, and one of whoever rises from this Alabama, Texas, Georgia, Ole Miss. It's the same as always, Joe. At the end of the day, it's going to be those same teams at the end of the rainbow. All right, week number 6 for college football. A lot of games to get through, Joe. Let's start rumbling through all of them. Then we'll do the picks quickly at the end for this week. Joe coming 6-1 last week, right, Joe?
Yeah.
6-1. It's 30-15.
30-15. 30-15. Algo, left and right ear. What's in the middle? The algo.
And I know I said look, and even the NFL. That's for tomorrow night. 12-4. Joe is in the NFL. 12-4 and 30-15. Joe, you're the wheel now. I mean, that's just how you're the wheel.
Were there ever any doubts?
You are the algo. That's what it comes down to. All right. College football, week number 6. Carver and Lisi picks and preview. Only one Thursday night game. Sam Houston State and New Mexico State. Sam Houston minus the 2.5, 53.5. I doubt you have anything going there.
Worst third down offense in college football.
You love that about Sam Houston State.
Well, I mean, it leads to points, though. That's the problem when you can't convert. That could be a dead under that game. God.
5 Friday night games this week. We open up the Fridays a little here now, Joe. Charlotte catching 27.5 at USF.
I like the over there.
55.5.
I think we can get through it.
San Jose State minus 2.5 against the Lobos. These are 3 late night kicks on Friday.
What time is that game?
10 o'clock East.
Gonna be up until 1:30.
Get ready. You got 3 of them. West Virginia's and BYU is 10:30 East.
Now, Nico Marichal, the former quarterback, just redshirted. They're going with the freshman that got blasted last week, Rich Rod. So he must like the kid.
18.5, 47.5 total.
It's in Morgantown or in Provo.
Provo, 10:30 on Friday night.
It's back-to-back road games for West Virginia. They got blasted in Kansas.
No, they got killed at home by Utah last week.
Oh, Utah! I
had that game in Morgantown.
I'm thinking 2 weeks ago.
Zero effort.
That's when they started the freshmen. Yeah. I didn't bet that game last week. That's why I was thinking KU. They caught 12.5. They lost. They got blasted last week, catching 13.5 by Utah, and now they're catching 18.5. I sort of would take the points with West Virginia. I know that sounds crazy.
Nah, I'm not after last week. Last week they were so gutless.
God.
I'm going to lay it with BYU.
All right, good.
And the third, a triple header. Your Aztecs, who really showed up. Well, they pasted Cal.
I said it.
5.5. Was that last week or 2 weeks ago? I forget.
That was 3 weeks ago.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
That was the week before I went away.
Yeah.
And you were super high on that game. -5.5 against Colorado State and a 40.5 at
40 and
Snapdragon.
a half. I would probably take the points with Colorado State.
Man, they get a big win for you, and you're just gonna leave them to the side of the road, huh?
I probably would. I'm not going to bet that guy. I gotta look. I like the
Okay.
Saturday
All
slate.
right, Saturday, let's go.
Okay.
Noon East window.
Yeah.
Let's start in Chapel Hill, where Dabo's gotten off to a rough start here. Clemson's 1-3, Joe.
Yeah.
0-4 ATS against Bill, who, as you know, I mean, geez, that was another one the week I went away, getting blasted by UCF down in Orlando. 14.5, 2 tutties and a hook for North Carolina at home. They're getting 46.5 the total. Dabo versus Belichick.
Look, this defense has been atrocious for North Carolina and the Tar Heels. But if there's ever a game that Bill has circled, it's this Clemson game. And just think about the total. The total against Syracuse, right, was 59, 58 and a half, right? And it just went under. They had 55 total points. North Carolina's been blasted by UCF. They've been blasted by TCU. And I mean, Cade Klubnik 2 weeks ago was coming off 363. I know it was garbage time. But why is that total so low? 46.5 is low. That leads me to believe North Carolina in the under.
Okay.
I don't love it, though.
I don't like
I'm not betting it. But if I'm Bill, get rid of this Gio Lopez.
I can't believe that he couldn't get a real quarterback for this year.
He's got Max Johnson. I don't understand.
He sucks, Joe. Come on. Max Johnson.
This Gio Lopez
He's on
has
his
got
fifth school.
I know, but this Gio Lopez, I mean, he throws 11 of 19 against UCF for 67 yards. 67 yards against UCF's defense?
Yeah.
That's what you came up with? 11 of 19? 11 of 19. Carver, that's like 6 yards a pass.
Chris says Clemson's going to boat race Billy Belichick. I said it, Patrick.
Well, then take the
chat box. I've been away for so long. I forgot about
the chat. Take the over then, Chris. Take the over.
All right. Next for you, Joe.
Okay.
Big Brett in Illinois into West Lafayette. 9.5-point road favorites for Illinois. 55.5 total.
Yeah, I think they match up well with them. Again, I know Purdue covered some lines against USC. Yeah. Bad matchup. Illinois too physical. I would only lay the 9.5 with Illinois. Total wise,
we get some points.
It's tough though. What is Purdue going to give you? I always struggle because I like Illinois more than I like the total.
Also in the Big Ten at noon East, Wisconsin comes to Ann Arbor.
Can't talk about it.
It's on the card. You can talk about it. You don't have to give away who you're picking. 16.5 for Michigan. 43.5 is the total. Joe's got it on his card. There is no way in hell I'm backing Luke Fickell. So I can tell you that right now. I'll give a couple more thoughts when Joe gives his pick later. Air Force and Navy.
On the card.
Yeah. I love Navy.
No.
Look out. Been one of those in a while.
Whoa. Okay. On the card.
On my card as well. Air Force and Navy.
No.
It's on my card.
Okay.
It might be. It might be.
All right.
Kentucky heads between the heads.
On the card.
You picked the whole noon slate today?
Now, maybe I did. What's the problem?
Just remember something. A couple weeks ago, you did this. You kept saying, on my card, on my card, on my card, on my card. I got to the end, and you left like 3 games off, and I got no analysis out of you.
These are on my card.
Okay.
These
So
are on my
definitely
card.
on your card.
Definitely on my card.
Let me just tell you something. I'm sure I'm not going to pick this game. For my picks, I will probably play this. You're probably picking it too. I'm going to tell you right now. Georgia is going to get ready, Joe. Look at me, Joe.
No, I can't.
Look at me. Georgia
No.
is going
Just
to
stop talking. Just
smash
stop
Kentucky
talking.
on Saturday.
Can you stop talking?
Smash Kentucky on Saturday.
Can you stop talking?
You're getting an angry Georgia team after losing to Alabama. Kentucky stinks. They are going to now Kentucky's played them okay in Lexington. Sometimes they stay with them. I'll never forget that Ray Davis game a couple years ago. But between the hedges, Joe.
You mean last year where it was 13-12?
Smash.
All right.
Well, 2 years. What was the Ray Davis game? 2 years ago?
2 years ago, they got smashed.
3 years ago was the Ray Davis game.
No, Ray Davis just came out last year.
There was a game where and he scored some garbage touchdown at the end to get the cover.
Oh, that was the 21.5 where they cut.
21.5.
21-0. That was the game.
Georgia is going, look at me, smash Kentucky on Saturday. Smash. Maybe it will. I got to see who you pick. Maybe I will add it to my card. We'll see. We'll see.
You talk way too much.
BC.
That's on my card.
Nice job, but come on. You're screwing with me now.
I swear. I swear. I love the
You should have just had me started you should have come on now.
I swear.
By the way, nice job by Pitt blowing a 17-0 lead to Louisville last week. Pitt's minus 5.5 with 58.5 the total there. In the here we go, Joe. System play. Cincinnati minus 1.5 against ranked Iowa State, who I love. You know I love Rocco. You know I love this team. Minus 1.5 for the Bearcats. 55.5 total. Nooney's kickoff.
It smells.
Don't say the game's on your card.
It's not. It's
Better
not. Now, I talked about it with Coach Bowden. He loves Iowa State.
Oh, I bet he does.
Rocco, I actually like the over in the game.
Is the system play.
I think you're going to get points aplenty in that game. I really like the over, especially in Cincinnati.
Yep.
This Cincinnati offense is sneaky. They're blue collar. They can run the football. I'm not going to. I would probably
blind bet.
Yeah, I would probably
unranked team favorite at home against the ranked team is always a check mark for me. I'm in.
I'm not going to comment. I like the over.
A lot of noon East games here. Yeah. Kansas State heading to Waco. Minus 6.5 for Baylor.
Tough game.
61.5, Joe.
Yeah. I mean, again, this team at Baylor's 3-2. I think, honestly, they have the better quarterback. I'm not sold on Avery Johnson. Baylor is susceptible against the run, and that is the problem. Jackson Arnold beat them down. A couple other teams, Arizona State was able to wear them down. And so if Kansas State can run, it's going to be a long day. The fact that Sawyer Robertson is at home, I sort of would lay the 6.5 with them.
Okay.
But again, lower scoring game would favor K-State in this matchup. Like I think for Baylor to get the win, they need this to blow through the total.
Okay.
You know, I lean Baylor, but again, I don't love the game.
I haven't really, I haven't seen enough from Kansas State since their early season struggles to want to start getting behind them. But 6.5 does seem like a lot for Baylor to cover the weight there. Wake Forest catching 6.5 in Blacksburg. 50.5 total. I have zero interest in this game, Joe.
I have interest. It almost made my card, and I would almost take a shot with Kyron Drones and Vodtech. I was on them plus the 9.5 last week. Again, the reason why I bought in is because even though they had 3 losses, none of them were in conference. So whenever you have an interim staff with the first conference game, you're going to get their best effort, I thought, on the road, right? So they win that game, and now they take a hot team in Wake Forest that covered the 13.5 against Georgia Tech. Where are they? Where are they mentality-wise? Are they going to come in up flat because they had G Tech on the ropes and couldn't win it? I don't like Robbie Ashford. The fact that Kyron Drones is playing well, he's completed over 60% of his passes, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. And they're running the football, Virginia Tech, over the past couple of weeks, 4.5 yards per carry. I think they should cover this line. The only thing that's holding me back is that I'm seeing the line go up. There's more. They're moving the line, and I don't like that because are they sucking us to take Wake Forest, or they get me believe that sharp money's coming in on Vatek? I don't believe the sharps would come in on Vatek just because they've been a letdown team all year. But I think this is if you put it this way, I rode with Vatek last week. They covered. I'm willing to roll the dice with them again. It might make the card still because there's momentum. After this week, if they lose, then I think you could worry about the team imploding because Drones might transfer. This guy doesn't want to get hurt. And, who's going to be the coach in Blacksburg? These kids will check out like they're starting to do in Oak State. But right now, when there's no conference losses, I'll roll with that team, especially at home.
Okay. The only other early game is Temple getting 6.5 at home against
Don't like it.
I don't like the game either. Let's get to the middle window. And actually, before I get to the middle window, it reminds me, we've got a lot of coaches who have been chopped here, Joe.
Pitt.
So Pittman got chopped. Now, since
Gundy.
We've been together, Gundy,
right?
Which was, because I'm about to get
Pry.
I'm about to get to Oklahoma State here. You mentioned Pry as well. We got a lot of coaches chopped over the last couple of weeks. I'm kind of a little surprised with not surprised that Gundy got chopped, but got chopped in the middle of the season. What?
Wow. Did you see these Vatek unis for set? Carver.
Let me see.
Carver, I got to tag you in these. Carver, this might make the card now. I mean, honestly, unreal.
Oh, they're wearing the orange with the
unreal.
Let's see this.
Carver.
I mean, yeah, it's
unbelievable.
It's a nice jersey.
No, phenomenal. Not nice.
It's homecoming week. Gundy was 2 years too late, Chris. I understand that. I'm a little surprised they chopped him in the middle of the year. I would have just let Gundy finish the year out. But that's just, it is what it is. So now Oklahoma State goes to Tucson, Joe.
Yeah, one of their best players just redshirted.
20.5.
Think they get smashed.
Yeah, they suck. I mean, you can't back them.
I can't
back them at all.
The quarterback stinks. Flores in that offense, they have no identity. No identity. Now, they were able to put up points against Baylor. I don't know if Baylor just came out flat saying, we got a dead team here.
Yeah.
But, I mean, was that their mile-high moment right there? Last week, Flores, did he even play? Let me just say. Yeah, he played 23 of 41. 232. The guy has not thrown a touchdown pass. How do you have a starting quarterback that hasn't thrown a touchdown pass in 4 games in today's college football?
Awful. Pathetic. Penn State goes out west to UCLA.
This game was 28.5 last year. They won by 17. If they don't beat this team into oblivion, I don't know. It's never going to happen.
This is the ultimate. I don't care where they're playing the game. Home, road, the moon. It doesn't matter to me. Franklin, whenever he loses these games like he did last week to Oregon, he tries to, puff his chest out a little bit and stick it to somebody to he thinks he could kind of put the dog, get everybody off his back for a week. He's going to look and UCLA, as you know, is pathetic.
Dead to rights.
They are going to get smashed in this game. 24.5, you can't make it high enough. 50.5 is the total out there. Washington
on the card.
That's a long trip to College Park
Yeah,
for
it's great.
Washington
Let
as a
it be a long.
6.5-point road favorite.
Yeah, that's great.
Man, you might be able to entice me with the Fighting Terps here and
Oh, good.
Loxley
I think you should. I
on a
think you should buy
3:30
it.
pick on
I
Saturday.
think you should buy
I'll
it.
wait to hear what you have to say about it. We'll see. UConn laying 7.5 against FIU, whatever. A lot of chatter about this Virginia team, Joe, and the
Yeah,
way they've started the year at 4-1, heading into Louisville to see the Cardinal, who are 6.5-point favorites. This is actually technically, Joe, also system play because technically Louisville unranked against the ranked Virginia team. 6.5, they're laying at home. So that's also, Joe, a blind bet. That's a go. System play go. Do.
okay. All right. I think you should do it.
Oh,
Again,
I'm playing Louisville. They'll be on my
the
card.
question is, can we get over the 61.5?
62.5 now.
There you go. I would probably lean to the under now. I was thinking of playing it out. You need 33-30. I mean,
It's a lot of points.
Nemo wants a Nemo. I see you, Nemo.
I'll undercut it by. Give me a family play. I'll undercut it by half a point. We always love when everybody gets undercut around here. App State -1.5 against Oregon State. Beavers splashing around on the East Coast this week, huh? All right, SEC 3:30 games. Texas, who played basically the last 3 weeks, Nassau Community College, Little Sisters of the Poor, and somebody, and they just, beat up on those 3 teams. Now they go to Florida. 6.5-point road favorite. 41.5 total.
Rain in the forecast.
Rain in the forecast, Joe says.
I found that very odd.
How is this game not on your card? You don't have the Texas-Florida game?
I might have a total on the card. I don't know.
So you might. So talk about if it's a total. Who's going to win the game? Let's talk about that.
How does Texas, their team total is 24.5. They won this game without DJ Lagway last year, 49-17. I understand that was with Quinn Ewers, but from just a scheme perspective, you would think that Tennessee could out scheme them and put up 30 points in this game in the slop as well. Now, how bad does it rain? It says 54% precipitation. How is this under a touchdown? My heart is telling me Florida. I'm not going to bet this game, but meaning a side. But how is it not? How they should be laying 8.5? It's Texas. What are we giving them? What are we giving them?
This is a scary number.
You're going to get screwed either way. You're going to lay the 6.5. You'll win by 3. You take the 6.5. You'll lose by 7.
I can't play this game. Can't play it. The other SEC game, undefeated. That's right. Undefeated Diego Pavia and Vandy, Clark Leah and the crew, go to Alabama. Now, we have a few things in play here, Joe. Obviously, Alabama's coming off a huge win against Georgia. You have the revenge factor of last year. Remember, Vandy beating Alabama in Nashville. Huge win. Vandy catching 10.5. 55.5 total.
Vandy snapped a 23-game losing streak last year. They're averaging 49 points a game, giving up 17 points on defense. Clark Lee has done a fantastic job. Alabama since 2020 is 40-1 straight up in Bryant-Denny. They don't lose. The only time they lost, I'm trying to think, was 2019. They lost to Burrow. And in I'm trying to think, the loss now was Texas. Yeah. That was the home loss 3 years ago.
The Ewers game.
Yeah, the Ewers game. Look, I like the over 56.5. I mean, I don't see how this game goes under.
I think that's the play.
I mean,
I
that-
wanna take Vandy.
my heart says
I want to root for Vandy in this game. There's too many times I've tried to put my hand in the cookie jar at that place, and I end up getting smashed. I don't think I could do it. I know this is a different regime. That's more the Nick days with competent teams, and and I can't. I can't do it.
I could feel confident in the over.
I feel confident in the over too.
I
Play the
might,
over.
the over to me. You got Ty Simpson, 276, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Family play.
Bernard, Ryan Williams. You want to make that the family play over? Bama
Over
and Bama?
Bama Vandy's the family play. Undercut it, Nemo. So you mean you can undercut it. Play it at 54.5. 55 flat. Whatever you want to play it at. You can undercut us.
Because here's the thing. If Alabama has success, they ain't letting up because they got abused by them last year.
Yeah.
They're not if they score 30, they're going to go for 40. If they score 40, they might try for 50 and really slap Diego Pavia and the Commodores around. Right? And I don't think we're looking at a 10-3 game, are we? Be shocked.
No, I think it's
stunned.
points. I think it's
stunned.
Points. Points.
All right.
Notre Dame laying 20.5 at home against Boise.
Could be on the court.
62.5.
Under.
I agree.
Big under. I don't even think it sniffs that.
Yeah, but I thought that last week, Notre Dame and Arkansas.
Yeah, but Boise doesn't play like Taylor Green, and they don't run tempo like that. They're not going to run tempo. They're not going to run tempo.
Northwestern 10.5 against Monroe. Oklahoma laying 45.5 against Kent State. Nebraska laying 10.5 at home against Sparty.
I want to lay it just because, like, when is enough with this Dylan Raiola? Like, when are they actually going to step up and win a meaningful
I've done with them. After I planted the flag in that Michigan game a couple weeks ago with you, I'm finished now. I'm done with them.
Oh, you were with me with Michigan?
No, I had Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
We were heads up on that game.
All right, so you're done now.
I'm done with them.
All right.
Finished.
Okay.
It was so gutless. 48.5 total. I like the under.
Okay.
What else can I give you here? Joey McGuire laying 10.5 on the road.
Not going to be easy.
51.5 total. No.
Not going to be easy.
You love that coach in Houston.
Willie Fritz.
You love Willie Fritz.
They gave a 5.5 at -188 to the over. Like you couldn't even play it. You had to alt it. You had to alt that total. 5.5 at -188. How are you going to do that?
I'm not in.
All right, good.
Texas Tech should be able to cover that. You say won't be easy. I think it will be. TCU -13.5 against Colorado.
I think I want the points.
Yeah? I hate the game. 57.5 total.
Rematch of that game where TCU got smacked around week 1 with Prime. Legendary.
Mississippi State catching 14.5 in College Station against A&M.
It's another one. Coach loves Miss State. I don't really like the game.
Coach likes Mississippi State?
Loves Mississippi State.
Really?
Yeah. I don't like the game so much. What I don't like is Marcel Reed struggled with a defense last week in Auburn, which I think is pretty good. I don't think Miss State's defense is all that good. The problem is, could Texas A&M's defense contain this rushing attack? I think they can. If I had to bet that game, I would lay the 14.5. But again, I see overs coming there too. Like both offenses could eat in that game. I would lay it.
I would lay it too. I have no faith in Mississippi State whatsoever.
Yeah.
Ohio State's laying 23.5 at home to PJ and the Gophers, 44.5 total.
I would take the points, but I always take the points with Minnesota and PJ against Ohio State. You're going to get some controversial call in the fourth quarter that's going to allow the Buckeyes to win by 31. It's exactly what happened 2 years ago on that week one. The guy got abused. The guy's helmet fell off, no targeting.
Yeah.
Remember that with the PI? They were catching 12 and a half or 13 and a half. And the guy basically got, it was the crown of the helmet targeting, and we didn't get either. It was just, that was it.
Kansas is 5.5-point road favorite at the Bounce House against UCF. 54. Every Kansas totals at 54.5. Every week it's 54.5.
I know. I just think I like UCF there. Hey, Eddie, I'll tell you this. All right, Eddie, I know the dominance for Ohio State over Minnesota. As a matter of fact, Eddie, I'll throw one at you, okay? 1989, what was it? It was 1990. Ohio State with Greg Fry, okay? 1989. Let me just double check this. No, 1990. Now I got to double in the Metro.
All right.
Well, anyway, Bobby Olive. They trailed Minnesota 31-0 in the Metrodome. Okay, and Greg Fry led the comeback. Greg Fry, a friend of the show, by the way. Bobby Olive with the big touchdown. Bobby Olive, Greg Fry, number 15 for Ohio State. It was 1989 in the Metrodome. That was the year, 1990, I think. Robert Smith was there. They just completely abused them. 1990. You know why it was 1990? Because my favorite running back was Carlos Snow, and he had a benign tumor in his hip. He was out the year. All right? There you go. So,
hold on.
They trailed 31-0.
I'm trying to wake up from all this. Give me a second.
Let me just get
All right. We done?
Yeah, I was just letting you know. I mean, you don't care.
You got me you went too far down the rabbit hole with that one, with the Ohio State, Minnesota. It's going to be a squash game, and you know it. Here we go. Saturday night in Tallahassee.
It was 89. I was right. 1989.
Get off of it.
I knew you it was 89.
Saturday night in Tallahassee. The number 3 ranked Hurricanes with Mario Big Chest Cristobal into Tallahassee to see the Noles.
I'm taking the points.
4.5-point road favorites.
I'm taking 53. Castellanos.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'll tell you this right now. The fact that Miami hasn't played a mobile court, well, they play Byron Brown, but Castellanos is a different animal. And here's the other thing too. I think Florida State could get some pressure on Carson Beck. Carson Beck, if you remember, I'll throw out 3 games last year on the road. Ole Miss, $188, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Texas, $175, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions. On the road, that gutless performance in the first half against Alabama, and then the second half performance where he throws the critical interception, not once but twice. 3 big games for Carson Beck on the road. He crapped the bed. Okay? Just keep that in mind. I'll take Castellanos with the points at home.
I like Miami.
Now I feel even more confident. I
might even put it on the card now.
Encyclopedia word vomit. Here they go. Look at this. Okay.
I might even put it on the card now.
Biggest comeback, one of the biggest comebacks in Ohio State history. You want to be a Buckeyes fan, you got to know about that. Okay.
Duke making the long trip out to Berkeley, huh?
I like Mensa. I like him.
Duke's favored in that game.
They should be.
I know Cal. I mean, Cal got blasted in that Aztec game.
Yeah, but they bounced back. What do you mean? They won last week. Yeah, I was on them. Plus Boston, plus the 6.5 outright over BC. Hey, Hero.
Hey, Hero. That game last week?
Yeah, I had
Cal. You were on that game?
Yep.
This Kike Hernandez, Joe, I got to tell you. Are they going to score this guy? Who's this lumbering around?
I couldn't even tell you who's playing.
He made it 2-2. This Kike Hernandez takes the entire year off, only plays in October, and he hits like Tony Gwynn. Like, it's amazing, this guy. He's an
Oh,
October
Tony
performer.
Gwynn. You want Timmy Rain? You want Tony
All
Gwynn?
right, our favorite. Oh man, what a light bailout blowout slate on Saturday night. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Terrible.
I know we get 4 games Friday night, which is probably what takes away from it. But only Nevada, Fresno State in 10 East or later?
All right, what are you crying for? Don't worry about it.
Oh, 13.5 for the Bulldogs and a 44.5 for the total.
44.5 seems light, huh? I would take the points.
You gonna take the points, huh?
Yeah. Nevada.
All right.
Nevada plus the points.
There you go, Joe. The full slate. You ready for the picks now?
Yeah, I'm
Do the
ready.
picks real fast.
Yeah.
One more time since whoever just came in. Now remember, just like I was off last week, our graphics department was also off last week. So when I came in this morning, Joe, to get everything set up, because I remember I like triple header today. I did obviously Bet Rivers with Kazarian. I did Golf Wednesday with Cam.
Name dropping everybody. Look at
I
this.
did Golf Wednesday with Cam
Jeez.
for the chicken tournament tomorrow.
I'm not worthy.
Hey, Griot tomorrow, 40-1 for Griot this week. A lot of people like Griot.
Little Argentinian, huh?
Yeah, and then I got you. So the graphics department, I guess I put them to too much work, because when I asked for the updated standings for the college football, they sent me this. Now the standings are right. You're 30-15 and I'm 19-26, which is pathetic. But it says
It's
NFL
not-
and it says week 4.
Yeah, it's week 6 college football
Week
picks.
6 and it's college football.
30-15, 30-15, 30-15. Yeah, Jamie, you're right. Carver's got multiple gigs. I'm got nothing right now.
What can I do?
I got nothing. He's the busy one, not me.
Well, look, I said when I came back from this trip that I was going to be, I'm going to have a lot going on. So that's precisely what's happened. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. All right, Joe. So week number 6, you have a monster lead. Can't hear any belly aching from you. You got what? You got what is it? An 11-game lead on me? Is that am I right about that? An 11-game lead? Let's check one more time, Joe. I messed that up. Yeah, 11-game lead going into week 6. Can I cut into this a little bit here over the next few weeks?
You better hope. You want me to start with the picks?
Start with the picks, Joe. Let's get it going.
I heard you sprinkle a little dust and crumbs. I took them hook, line, and sinker, because one of my best bets this weekend happens to be Washington laying the 6.5 against Mike Loxley in Maryland. And I understand Washington, the freshman quarterback, looks good. They're coming out of a bye week, extra week of preparation, early kick. But the way Washington played against Ohio State, I was impressed. Yeah, I know they only scored 6 points, but they were able to move the football at times. Defensively, they didn't give up a lot of chunk plays. They forced Sayin to work down the field. They just got worn down by a bigger, better team in Ohio State. Credit Ryan Day and that team. I will say this is the best it was entering last week. The best third down offense. They were converting 75% prior to that game against Ohio State. But Ohio State's the best defense, hands down, right now in college football. Going on the road against Maryland. I know Maryland did get exposed by Wisconsin, but this is a different team. Damon Williams, this team will expose the Terps over the top. I think they run it, they throw it. I think they win this ball game convincingly. I'm laying the 6.5 with the Huskies. Pick number 1.
Pick number 1 for Joe, Huskies. All right, pick number 1 for me, Joe. I told you there is a couple of, for me, and we've been doing this for years, blind bet system plays that I just have to take. They've been good to me, and I'm going to go with it. And one of them is Cincinnati. Now, I love Rocco Becht. I love the Cyclones. This makes no sense whatsoever. They've played better than Cincinnati. Cincinnati's not been bad, but Iowa State, they're trending. You're moving up. They're trending like they could be the best team in the Big 12. Why are they catching 1.5 in Cincinnati on Saturday afternoon, Joe? Makes no sense whatsoever. I'll go with it. It's a system play. Unranked team favored at home over the ranked team. Cincinnati minus 1.5 against Iowa State. Pick number 1 for me.
All right. Pick number 2. I'm going to get the favorites out of the way. I agree with you. You got to ruin it all the time with Georgia. Here's the thing. Georgia doesn't cover in Lexington. They cover in Athens. And they just got off a 33-game home winning streak that got snapped by Alabama. You have a gutless 0-2 Kentucky team coming into Athens. They have quarterback issues. Their starting quarterback is a freshman, inexperienced, going up against the best defensive coordinator in the land. You're talking about Georgia that averaged 6.8 yards per carry against Alabama, 227 yards on the ground. They have won 15 straight games against the Wildcats, the last 4 by only 16.5 points per game. But if you take the last 4 games in Athens, they've won by 26.2 points per game. They run it. They throw. They are not going to let up. They are going to get back into the mix in a big way. I still think Georgia is one of the best teams in the country. I'll lay up to 24, but the fact that it's under 21, key number, I'm laying the 20.5 with the Bulldogs.
All right, now I'm going to give you an option here. Just for you, for the sake of the show.
What is this? If I ever go fishing for Joe Lisi,
I don't know.
putting college football, put the banjo minnow on the hook, guaranteed 1,000 bites back in the day.
Let me ask you a question. I'll let you decide, and I won't bellyache if I don't get the win next week. Do you want me to go checker on a checker with you? Because I already told you.
No.
Georgia is going to smash Kentucky on Saturday.
It was one of my best bets of the week. I know the fact that
do you want me to just let you have the stage?
Sure, yeah, let me have.
Or do you want me to? Can I go checker on a checker with you and take Georgia minus 20.5?
Take it, go ahead. You're back.
I'm not going to take it. I'm going to tell you why. I'm down 11 games. I need to go after you, so I'll leave it off the card. But I am going to tell you one more time.
Look, stop making this like this is your premium pick.
Look at me. Get out. Georgia is going to smash
Here we go.
Kentucky on Saturday.
All right.
I'll leave it off the card.
Like I didn't know. Go ahead.
Pick number 2 for me.
Yeah.
The other system play. I'll get the system plays out of the way. Louisville at home against this Virginia team. Everybody loves this Virginia team now. Oh, they're the ACC title game. Chance for the playoff. Excuse me. Blah, 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 blah. No. Louisville, minus 6.5 at home. Double-digit win. Virginia, send them back down. Finished. Louisville minus 6.5 system play.
All right, here we go. Dogs. And I have mortadels. Don't worry. Maybe I gave out 2 mortadels and you didn't know. I'll identify the mortadels after. I'm taking the 16.5 in the big house with Luke Fickell. Call me crazy. This Danny O'Neil sucks, but I don't care. Luke Fickell needs a win. I'm riding this train. I'm not sold on Bryce Underwood being the second coming of Denard Robinson or Tate Forcier or who was a great Michigan quarterback, J.J. McCarthy. I mean, you tell me, Jim Harbaugh. Gardner, Devin Gardner. I mean, where's the great quarterbacks for Michigan? Brady. There you go. Drew Henson. There you go. I'll go back to the heyday of Michigan football. All right. Well, I mean, really, Greasy. All right, he's not them. They're going to win, but I'm going to take the 16.5. Luke Fickell needs to cover this game. This guy sucks. He hasn't had a big marquee win since he's been there. It's a Big Ten game, big noon cook-off. Give me the 16.5 with whiskey down. I'm taking it. It could be a mortadel. I'll identify it at the end of the day. Chad Henne. There you go. Anthony Thomas.
Chad Henne also.
Good job, Jamie.
All right, next. Pick number 3 for me.
There you go.
We did say this about this game, and I agree with you. I don't know if you were going to – I don't think you were making this one of your picks because you were pretty outspoken about it, and I was kind of playing possum a bit, but I do like it a lot. And that's the over, Joe, in this Vandy, Alabama game. I really want to take Vandy. I really want to see Pavia and the Commodores make them sweat a little bit. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but I'm pretty sure, Joe, that I can get 24 points out of Vandy.
Right.
in this game.
Okay.
Maybe it took more, and I think Alabama can get into the upper 30s, high 40s. And Vandy's going to be able to score too. Over 55.5 for Vandy and Alabama. Pick number 3 for me.
All right. Pick 4 for me. I got a lot, but I'm going to go with Air Force plus the 12 over Navy. They got smashed in this game last year. Navy's 4-0, Air Force is 1-3. But again, these commander in chief trophies and rivalry games, I'm willing to take Air Force. They could score the football. Their defense sucks. This game might be going back and forth at the end of the day. I'm taking the points with Air Force. I like it. I was on this line last year and they got the cover. I think they cover. Again, against Navy, Blake Horvath and the crew. I know they could put up points. They have a good defense, but I like Air Force in this matchup. Commander in Chief, give it to me. 12 o'clock. Total, I lean to the under, but I like the points with the Falcons.
I'll pick this game as well, Joe. So you're getting 12.5 with Air Force in this game. That's what you're taking. Air Force's defense is embarrassing. And what's that done, Joe? It's moved a service academy total into the 50s. No. What was it, Joe? I believe it's 51, 12, and 3 to the under in the last 20 plus years. Service academy games to the under. It was in the high 40s earlier in the week. It's at 51.5 now. I'm going to take it under 51.5 for Air Force and Navy. I'm going to go under, Joe.
Okay. I don't have a problem with that. You ready?
Yeah.
Pick number, what am I on? 5?
Yes.
I'm taking Boston College against Pittsburgh. And the reason why is I like Lonergan. He's a young kid. They're putting up points. They just have to figure it out. They lost 3 straight. They lost a very difficult game to California. They're going on the road to face off against Pittsburgh. The last 4 games in the series have been decided right in the area. Carver, 6.7 points per game. The games have been, haven't been more than 10 points in a victory. And there's been a few others right there at a field goal and 7 points. I'm just not sold on the mindset of Pittsburgh. The more games they lose, they have a tendency to implode the way they did last year. And that's on the head coach. That's on nobody else. So last year they started 6-0 and 7-0, and they fell off a cliff after the loss to SMU. They lost a very difficult game to Louisville last week. I'm not sold that they win this one. Give me the points with Bill O'Brien. I like O'Brien as a dog as opposed to a favorite. Okay. I'm willing to take the points on the road in a conference game.
All right. I can't believe I'm going back to this because I feel like I've been involved with this maybe 3 of the first 4 weeks or 3 of the last 4 weeks. I've hit one, I've missed one, I've hit one, I missed. I'm going back to the Kansas over in the mid-50s. This time in UCF.
Okay.
It's on the road. It's 54.5. We've seen UCF be able to score some points. I know Kansas could score some points. I don't think Kansas's defense is very good. I don't think UCF's defense is very good, especially when you get a guy like Daniels come in there with Kansas going to be able to put the points on the board. I'll try it again, Joe. Over 54.5, a night game under the lights down in Orlando with Kansas and UCF.
All right, sounds good. I'm going against your Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Okay.
I'm taking the 20.5 with Boise State. And the only reason why I say that is Boise State got abused by Penn State, a bigger, more physical team. They lost that game in the college football playoff. I think they realized the only way they can win this game with a red-hot offense with C.J. Carr, Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price is to just make it a 4-quarter game, try and steal it within the last 5 minutes. This game gets into the 50s and 60s the way they did last week against Arkansas. Signed, sealed, and delivered. I know that's easier said than done, but I still think Boise State is good enough to recognize that and just get into this ugly, disgusting defensive battle where it's going to be within 3 touchdowns the whole way. I love Notre Dame. They might win by 13, but I don't think they win it by 21 or more. I like Boise State in this game.
I think it's too much. I think the 20.5's a lot. I know that you go look at Notre Dame last week, the way that they pulverized Arkansas. Remember, Notre Dame at home, it's usually not, I'm not going to call Boise a lesser opponent. They should be up for this game. Boise was a playoff team last year. All right. This is not, Notre Dame should take this game like they take when Clemson comes in or when USC, they should be looking up at this game, but I don't know if they're going to. 20.5 is a lot. Irish win. I think you got the number, Joe, between 10 and 13. Pick number 6 for me. You wouldn't let me have the one smash job with Georgia. It's yours. You got it. But I'm going to take the other smash job. Franklin off a bad loss, which whenever he does this, he usually comes back and he's got the ripe opponent to do it. I know it's a long trip out to California to the Rose Bowl. I don't care. Minus 24.5 against an absolute dead dog in UCLA. Smash job, Joe. And here's the thing. I know Penn State might not score 50 points in this game or something like that. I don't think UCLA is going to score, Joe. Right. That's the thing. 35-3, 31-0. Somewhere in that area, I'll lay 24.5 with the Lions.
No, it's a good look. It's a great look, actually. So, I don't want to lay that wood with him. The over might be another.
He owes his fan base a cover this week, and he
hasn't covered all year.
He owes them a cover.
Hasn't covered all year. So, yeah, here's the other one I'm going to go with. Another favorite. I decided. I wanted to put Florida on the card just for argument's sake, just so everybody knows. But I think I might be on that total. Just so 41.5. I mean, look, if you're Texas, you cannot allow that game to get under 41.5.
No.
I don't care if it's pouring rain out. You find a way to pound them. I like the over, but that's not the play. I'm going to roll with Vatek. I like Vatek. Again, the fact that they got 2 wins under their belt. I know Wake Forest and Dickert are playing much better. But again, Kyron Drones, this is the last game again. I'm going to continue to go with the momentum. They're undefeated in conference. They're believing they can win. They're at home. It's homecoming. They're rocking those orange jerseys and unis. If you can't get up for that, I don't know what you can get up for. The fact that Wake is on the road, I don't like that. Give me Vatek. I'll lay the touchdown. I think they smash Wake Forest in this battle.
All right. Last one for me, Joe. I am going to lay with Miami on the road in Tallahassee against the Noles. Minus the 4.5 for Mario. Big chest and Carson Beck and the crew. Joe, I just don't think that Florida State's as good as Miami. And I know Florida State, opening week, I get it, all this stuff. They lose the game to Virginia last week. Wild game. I think Miami's a little better than them. I think they're a touchdown or more better than them, even on the road. And I don't think the Miami collapse, Joe, like last year,
right,
happens late in the year. I think you're still at that point of the year where everybody's going to get all big on Miami, jumping on the bandwagon, another big win. Mario rolls in. He's going to roll through everyone in the state of Florida, and now he's going to get Florida State this week. I'm going to stick with him. Minus 4.5 Miami. Pick number 7 for me. So for me, Joe, Cincinnati minus 1.5 system play. Louisville minus 6.5 system play. Vandy Bama over 55.5. Air Force Navy under 51.5. UCF Kansas over 54.5. Penn State minus 24.5. Miami minus 4.5. My 7 picks. Go ahead, because I'm sure you're going to tag some mortadellas onto these games.
Yeah, so just I'm not looking at the book right now. These were done earlier, some of them. So Georgia, mortadell, minus the 20.5. Washington, mortadell, minus the 6.5. Whiskey down, plus the 16.5. Mortadell. And then I'll give you one more. Air Force, plus the 12. Mortadell. BC, plus the 6.5. Virginia Tech, minus the 7. And Boise, plus the 20.5. My 7 picks. I'll just go through them again. Georgia, mortadell, minus the 20.5. Washington, mortadell, minus the 6.5. Whiskey down, plus the 16.5. Mortadell. Air Force, plus the 12. Mortadell. Boise, plus the 20.5. BC, plus the 6.5. And the Hokies, minus the 7. Your 7 picks. I'm 667 winning percentage. 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3 every time we play.
You don't believe it. There it is. 30 and 15 for Joe. I need you know what I could use, Joe? A nice 5-2 week or 6-1 week to kind of push me back.
I mean, you got to get back to 500.
Well, that's it. I don't really care where you are. I say this to you all the time when before I could worry about you, I got to get back to 500. That's where I got to get back there.
It's a mental block. You know, it's mental.
It's all it is. All right, Joe. Big week of college football. Now, next week's a huge week, right? There's big matchups next week, I believe.
Next week we have Oklahoma, Texas.
Yeah, Indiana.
Oregon, Indiana. We have Arkansas. Ooh, Pig Suey against Tennessee. Him. We got a bunch of games.
All right, so, Joe.
Georgia, Auburn, SEC's oldest rivalry.
Yeah, whatever.
There we go. You don't care.
Whatever. SEC's oldest rivalry.
Hey, Vic. I see you, Vic. I see you, Victor.
667 ain't bad. It sure isn't. Ain't bad at all. Joe, great job as always. Huge night, Joe. I think we had like 800 people watching right now.
No, really?
Yeah, good night.
Really?
Look at this. Ross tweets out the picks right away. So he's got everybody.
Ross tweeted them out?
811 right now, Joe. You had over 800 watching live.
Hey, we got to get this show sponsored. All eyes are on Carver and Lisi.
You got to do that.
Huh? Carver and Lisi. Not bad. Him.
Make sure you get all the approvals. Get everything else. Really approvals before you go do that.
The approvals?
Get everything approved. Joe, I'll see you tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, NFL picks tomorrow.
Well, are we doing the 30 minutes before the Niner Rams?
I think we are. Yeah, tomorrow.
We'll do that, and then we'll do our NFL picks tomorrow night.
Did you see, before we go, with the kid that hit the $247,000 on DraftKings?
I did not.
He what was the touchdown? The Tolbert.
Oh, and was this the injury thing where they pulled I forget what.
No.
He won.
No, this was the Tolbert. It's a $250 bet. The kid won $247 on the Sunday night game. That's some play.
Homer one from last night. If it was real, it was like Ohtani and Carson Kelly. It's the 3 homers from yesterday. It was somebody had a big ticket and Volpe, I think, maybe, whatever. Some big day, Joe, that you never see the millions of losers, but you see the big winners.
Listen, if you're losing 667,000 in bets and you're only showing 224, you got a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Joe, so I'll see you tomorrow for all the NFL. Let's have a big college week. Thanks everybody for checking us out. Huge night.
We love you guys. Continue.
Love you all the